me take you off the stage then. Okay, you guys, hello. Welcome back. Yeah, technology and look at that. And I don't even know if that's not even a word, but we're making that a word today. So like I said, give me a heart and a thumbs up when you get here. Thank you guys for bearing with me. You guys are always the best with this showbiz thing. And even though I always get asked questions like, hey, do you want to pre-record your show? And I always say, no, no, no. I don't want to pre-record my show because I like for all of this stuff to be happening. I like for it because it lets me see how everything is going to be. So let me know when you get in here so we can go ahead and we can hop right back into where we left off at. Oh, look, let me do this. All right, let me get this together, pin this here, share this here, and we're going to go from there. How about that? And we're going to go from there. All right. I feel like Barney when they say, hello again to all my friends.
Crying.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for being so
Thank
patient with
It's okay. Thank you.
me tonight, should I say with technology, okay?
Things
So
happen.
let me run this back. Tonight this is Official X from New York. He is a native from Baltimore, Maryland, who is a artist, he's a writer, he's a producer, he is an actor, and he is also a model. So tell the people about you. Tell the people about you and introduce yourself to them as we still see the little buffer thing. But okay, we're gonna put out the positive vibes, you guys. Tap the screen. It's not you, it's technology. Tap the screen so we get this good love connection going on.
Yes.
All right. Tell the people about you.
Okay, I'm Official X. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I currently reside in New York right now. I'm actually in college. I'm about to finish in like in 5 weeks.
Shout outs to that.
I'm about to finish in 5 weeks. I can't wait. I'm ready to go. Um, I'm ready to go. It's been a long time coming. I'm not gonna lie. I love it here. I love the things that I've been able to do. But it's just like I just want my freedom.
You've
Like
been
I
you
just
so
want
you because you've been in school your entire life.
my entire life. Most people, so some people take gap years. I didn't do that. I just school. Uh, but like that's that's that. I'm about to get my BA, my degree in music business. Um, and I recently just put out an album called Spoken Word on 4
Yes.
4, April 4th, 2025. It is currently out now on all streaming platforms. This is just the physical copy um of the album.
I love that because I have to get me one. You're gonna have to ship me
I'm
one.
gonna mail you one. I'm gonna mail
Yes,
you one.
like a CD. I haven't had a CD in so long. I don't know how long. I wouldn't even know what to do with it. I gotta find something to plug it in, but I definitely want one. Show and
Absolutely.
Keith say, hey everyone. Hello, shout outs to you, YouTube. How are you?
Yes.
Shout outs to you. How you guys doing up there? I don't know. I'm clicking everything and it's just going crazy today with the clicky clickies. Okay, so let's pick up where we left off at. So you went to school, okay? You went to Baltimore School of the Arts. You graduated from there, and
hmm
let's go from there.
So I graduated from Baltimore School for the Arts. I've been at Hofstra since then, studying music business. And my goal and like my intention when coming to New York was to really push my music because I was in school for acting at the time. But around that time, as I was like wrapping up my last 2 years in high school, I was like, you know what, music is really something that I want to do, something that I really want to go all out with.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. Since coming here, I've been blessed to play over 40 shows. I've dropped two
Oh,
albums.
Oh,
I've been on two Grammy U playlists. One of them was my song "Stomp." The other one was the song from my first album. It was called "Slick." The song was called "Slick." The album was called "Nueva Arte." I've gotten open for Cupcake and Ski Mask. I've gotten open for Shaggy. I've gotten open for Capella Gray. Um, I've been in a few articles and magazines. I feel like
yeah.
I could
So
get in
you
something.
sound like a big deal.
I wouldn't say all of that.
I ain't gonna say you sound like a big deal. You are a big deal. Okay. You are
Thank you.
definitely going after your goals and chasing it. Before we were interrupted, what I was asking was how did you overcome, being from Baltimore and just coming saying, hey, I want to I want to rap. I'm going to be a rapper. I'm going to pursue my dreams. Although you are very good at acting, you've done different things like that and modeling, you chose to stick with um, rapping as I would say as your major. Um,
Yes,
I, I don't even know if I want to say that, but that's your thing. Um,
that
how do you
is.
feel about, how did you overcome the trials and tribulations in life to get there to say, hey, I'm going to rap, I'm going to express myself and say how I feel and put it in music?
Really just growth. Honestly, like for the longest, I was always on and off in music. I have so many I don't like to call them hobbies because I feel like that's just something that you do when you're bored. Like there's something I
Okay.
like the things that I do as far as acting, my clothing line, those are things that like passionate about. So like I out of all the gifts that I've been blessed with, I can always like stop doing them. Some of them I've stopped doing, and then I come back to, and then I've come back to how you doing, Pastor Williams, and then I come back to them. Um, so okay, out of all of the gifts that like I've been blessed with, I can always just stop them, just never go back to them. But it's always music, like rapping and songwriting. That has always been the one gift that I've always come back to. Like no matter how long, or how many times I said I'm done, it's just like I just I just can't let it go, and it won't let go of me. So I really
I like
discovered
that.
that thank you. So I really discovered that music was a way for me to express myself. And that's where the whole official X came from. Like I really wanted to be the voice for those who feel like they didn't have one. Like, I developed Official X, and well, at the time he was named Next Famous, but at the time I, developed all this when life wasn't easy, when I wasn't the most confident, you know.
Hmm.
And I feel like through this, I've like, this is a way for me to express myself and share my thoughts and really uplift others.
Yeah. You guys, and make sure you guys are tapping the screen, sharing the show tonight. You can even send stars if you would like. You can also, like I said, share the show out for me. Make sure you comment so we can get the activity going. We had a little stumper thumper, but we've been getting through it. This is what we're gonna call this. This is part two. This is part
Part
two.
two, act two, act two,
Act two. You
act
know,
two.
I think that's great. How important is it? Do you have God on do you keep God in the forefront of your life with it? What is it that you do with that? Are
I
you
really,
spiritual? Are you not?
I'm religious. I was baptized June 8th, 2024.
Okay.
I definitely like to keep God
Yes,
at the
TikTok. It's
foref
X. Oh,
I
I
like,
have TikTok. They're asking, they were like, is
oh,
that
what's up,
X?
TikTok? I like to keep, I I have to, and I love to keep God at the forefront of everything that I do, because if it wasn't for him, I would not have these gifts. I would not
Hmm.
have these talents. I would not have done the things that I've been blessed to do. So
Right.
even in like my songs and like on this album, like I talk about like my relationship with God a lot, because it's this is really about my journey over the last 2 years. Um,
Hmm.
God is the reason that I am and that I have and that
Yeah.
I've been able to do the things that I've been able to do. So most definitely.
Yes, spoken word, you guys. So if you guys do not know, if you're just joining us, for the second time tonight, his new album is out on all platforms. Spoken word. It's called Spoken Word. It is definitely a lovely album. As I was saying before
Thank you.
earlier, you don't curse in any of your music, so everyone of all ages can listen to it. What I like, that which I've seen, and in person at like, your shows, different things like that, and all your performances is, especially, when we go up to, New York, and I came up there for a show. You had your, like your first sold out show
Tell
at a
me how I'm
place.
underground and I'm selling out my shows.
Yeah, go off. Listen, I was trying to keep my composure and not sit here and spit out different bars that
I listen, I had to do it. Like I said earlier, I don't rap about nothing that I don't do, nothing that I'm
yes,
not doing, and nothing that I ain't never did. Like I say that humbly speaking, but I'm gonna
yes,
let you talk.
yes. Yes, you're definitely very humble. Look at them there in the comments, like, yes, spoken
Thank
word,
y'all.
download on all platforms, add it to your playlist. It is
Thank y'all.
definitely on my
Thank you.
playlist. I definitely I was like, because I don't know how, I'm still learning how to purchase and operate things. So I didn't went and I didn't like purchase it on every daggone platform, because I'm like,
Thank
listen,
you.
if if
Thank you.
if I can get it, if I could go and I can buy me a Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying? Or why not
Thank you.
buy something from the people that And I love that, because even in your lyrics, when I hear you say certain things, I laugh, because I'm like, no, if only it's kind of one of those things. I think with music, if you to know the person makes it better, because it's like, if
Yeah.
it's the if you know, you know. So especially in your song when you said, I love that when you said, "Hi, I'm on the ground, but I'm selling out my shows." And then and then there's another part in a different song, because we're gonna go over the track list,
Okay,
where
thank you.
you were like, I take flights out of the country when I get. You said I take flights out of the country when I get bored.
Oh, I'm taking trips overseas when I get
Yeah, I knew it was that. Give me
Yeah.
a minute. It just came out Friday. This has been a hectic week. I promise you, by Friday, I'll know all the words to every song. But yes, I love that. And I was laughing because I was like, oh my gosh, this guy, he will hop on a flight, and you will go in a minute. You know what I
So
mean?
will. So
So
will.
so
So
and it's
will.
and it wasn't on this album, but prior to that, even with the other songs, when you was like, last week I was in Bahamas with my feet up. And it was just so funny to go you to listen to your music, and because I am an active follower of yours as well,
Thank you.
and I watch you. So it's like, I'm like, wait a minute. When I heard that, I was like, he wrote this. He must have wrote this when he got back, or why, or when he was there, because I don't know your process. But I was like, no, he really was just in the Bahamas with his feet up. So I thought that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I thought that was really I love what you do with your artistry.
Thank you.
I love that. Um this album, right? You said it took 2 years to get this album. Is this the longest time it took for you to create any album of yours?
This is the longest time it's ever taken me to create anything. Normally, I'm just like in and out, but this right here, I don't know. It just I don't want to put out an album without telling a story. Like I just don't want it to just be a body of work. Well, I just didn't want it to just be something with just a compilation of songs, because then at that point, that's a
Okay.
compilation album. That's a mixtape. But I
Okay.
remember when I first had the idea of an album, it made sense for me to tell a story. I feel like
Hmm.
that's how people can connect with you, and that's how I don't like to use the word fans, but supporters
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
followers can relate to you, as if you
Yeah.
tell your story and as if you are, relatable.
Hmm.
So 2023, I started working on it, and it was always just going to just be an EP. Then we put out an album about something
Yeah.
that just where I told a story. Like it wasn't necessarily a story about what was happening in my life, but it was a story.
Yeah.
Then I won the competition, and that whole year was really dedicated to me opening up for Cupcake and Ski Mask. That took about 7 months to do. So that took up 7 months of my life, from March to
Which I must
October.
say, you freaking You guys, I make sure you guys are tapping the show, sharing the screen, and just supporting because I actually have that performance, that entire performance on Candy Coated Secrets YouTube channel.
Thank you.
Oh my God, let me just say this, you know, to actually come and to see you do that, right? And y'all, I swear I'm not lying. To be there and watch this audience, remember I was like, oh my God, you are something like Michael Jackson. To sit there and watch and see, he literally, like, people were in the audience, literally crying at the end of this. What was it, like a 20 some odd minute set?
It was 29 minutes. What 30? We gonna say 30. It's 30
At this
minutes.
30-minute set, to where as though, and our peers can always be the most judgmental, right? And to be in front, on stage, in front of the entire college campus of all ages, getting ready to opening up for these two already mainstream artists, it was like, oh my gosh. I mean, I love the fact that how, usually when with rap, they start off in the certain genre, right? And then they cross over to pop, where you get the black, the white, the Asians, and all of that in your fan base. For me to see that you are so young and you're still getting started, you already have that multicultural fan base. And to see some of them crying, and I'm already crying, okay? I was already crying. But to just see this is like your audience, and when people come to see you, they really connect with your entire performance. I mean, you did a wardrobe change. I mean, everything about it, from the dancers, from the band to, it was definitely an experience, you know, of to witness that and see that. I was like, oh my goodness, like you said, you keep God at the front of everything you do. It was like, man, there is no way that for me, I feel like you could ever just stop doing what you're doing, because it's there. You have the full package. You have the full package, man. From your stage presence, from how you are. How is that? I know sometimes we don't know how much of a big deal we are ourselves, and we don't know how other people see us. How was that, seeing you don't like the fans word, but how was that to see your supporters crying while you were performing? Because it was male and female. It was just like crying, super excited. How is that?
It made me want to cry. It made me feel like what I'm doing, like my mission and my purpose behind what I'm doing is being fulfilled. Before every performance, I don't wanna lie, but 90% of the time before every performance, I I I have to pray, and I like to pray. And what I always ask God is to allow me to be a light to somebody in the audience and to touch somebody with the gifts that He's given me.
Amen.
So it just feels so good. Like that day, it felt so good to see that that was happening. Like nobody's going to just cry just because to cry is just, you have to be in such a vulnerable state. So obviously the things that I was doing and what I was saying had to touch somebody's heart in that room.
Yes, it did. You touched many hearts in the room that day, and I loved it. Also, okay, spoken word. Let's get into spoken word, you guys, because that's what we
Yeah.
here. That's what we are here for tonight. Make sure you are tapping that screen, sharing the live, sharing the show. Support your own homegrown Baltimore artist that has
Yeah.
graduated from Baltimore School of the Arts, who is a young man, 21 years old, beat the odds in the statistics in Baltimore, Maryland, and is currently, living out and fulfilling his dreams. So spoken word is the intro to the first song, right? To the
Right.
album, I'm sorry. Then we have X the Menace. We have
Mm-hmm.
Blunt, Most
Mm-hmm.
Wanted, Most Wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm sorry. I keep saying you 2021. I'm sorry. Here comes your mother. You right. Correct me.
You can tell them
22.
21, 21, 21, 21.
um,
21, 21.
we have Locked In, which is, my jam. Slow Down, 10 Toes, Here With Me, which made me cry. Uh, All Right, featuring Gabrielle and Janae Bless. Thank God. You have the song Thank God, and then you end it with We Made It. And
You
Thank
made it.
God is actually, I believe it's your first gospel song.
That's my first gospel song.
Yeah, so shout out. I wish I could tap the screen. No, I probably can't. Shout outs to you for creating your first gospel song. What made you want to have a gospel song on your sophomore album?
Because okay, so it tells a story. So like what made me have it is because like after I had got baptized and stuff, my mind really shifted. Like how I viewed things, the music that I wanted to create and put out, it really changed. Like I really wasn't even too sure if I wanted to continue with music. Like I felt like I couldn't, but after long talks with like, my pastor and everything, like this is, I didn't. Um, but it comes after all right, after I've just gotten through the storm of life.
It's
I'm telling myself
okay, we're
it's
gonna be
gonna
all
be
right.
all right. So afterward it comes is thank God that I made it through the storm. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I can't put this as no rap song. I'm like, this has to be a gospel song. And like I'm really not a big fan of like the gospel rap, the gospel drill and all that stuff. Like I like
Don't
when
come
I'm in
for
the
us.
studio with
Don't come for us.
I'm not talking about gospel. I'm
I know,
I'm
I
talking
know.
about the ones that be like, I shut up my demons. That kind of gospel rap.
Oh, okay. Trying to kill
You know what I
everybody in the
mean?
process of praying.
Yeah, like you try to like, do you feel me? So it's definitely that, but like, thank God comes after the storm because like once I hit 10 toes. So when you get to 10 toes, I'm looking to the side because I'm looking at the track list. So when you get to 10 toes, that's when it's like, ooh, I gotta like be a lamppost in the storm. Like I gotta really like be solid. Like things are gonna come and try to knock me down. And here with me, I lost someone and like I've lost people along the way. And like through it all, I'm telling myself it's gonna be all right. And that's where all right came. And then I'm like, whew, I
Yeah.
finally see the sun shining, the trees, the birds, and just birds chirping and all that stuff. And I'm like, thank God. Like, faced a couple battles, got a couple scars. Road it wasn't easy, but I made it far. So I thank God.
Yes. And then you end the album. It's only 11 songs on there, you guys. Then you end the
Yes.
album with We Made It.
Yes.
Where did that come from? The We Made It. I looked at that and I'm like, I'm interested to see what made you say we made, like, instead of I made it. So let's get into that one.
So it's literally a affirmation to myself. When you look in the mirror, you tell yourself things. I don't know, but when you look in the mirror and when you speak it to you. And around this time, so like this is just like the future me talking to the present me, like, all right, thank God, that the storm is over. Now it's time to get to work. Like now let's focus on your vision and what it is that you want to do. And my future me is just telling me, like, we made it. Like, don't stress. We made it. Things are gonna turn out the way that you want it. So growing and having self-growth, it all starts with within. Is you and yourself pretty much.
Yeah.
And I'm just like telling myself, like, we gonna win. We gonna make it. Like we made it. I don't want to say I made it. I made it. I mean, no, we, we, we made it. I hope
Yeah.
that makes sense.
No, it definitely makes sense. And your album cover, which is in the back, I wish I could find a way to
Yeah,
like
I got it right
really
here.
have
I
it,
got the
because
cover
like
right here.
because like I said in the first, it's you looking at the different versions of yourself in
Right.
in the mirror. And what you said is very, very important. Me and my friend was talking about that earlier today. Just with the journey of life itself, it's not, your friends, it's not your family, it's not, the jobs and the different things you do. You really are in a battle and competition with yourself to make sure you rise to the occasion to be the best version of yourself. And then with
Hmm.
chasing your dream, right? Like we talked about, like what you were saying, how sometimes, people will just put their own projections on you to tell you what you can and you can't do. It makes you say, we gonna be all right. Because you have to know, you have to talk to all the parts of yourself, the broken you, right? Your inner child, the adult, like you said, during this project, you lost someone. You talking to all of that, and then with the whole album, like you said, it tells the story. So then you get to, it's like, whoo, we made it. And so I definitely understand it, because it's like throughout everything that has gone on, I'm still standing. I'm still here. We made it.
Exactly.
And we are going to get to the next chapter, not knowing what it's going to look like, but I know that I made it, and we're going to get through that. Now, oh, thank you, TikToks, for joining the team. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much.
And
Thank you.
you mentioned something about, growth, about looking within. I actually talk about that in Thank God. In the second verse, I say, I send love to my enemies. I moved on and holding on to what y'all didn't need. God was my eyes when I couldn't see. Had to realize sometimes your inner me can be your enemy. That's what I couldn't see. You gotta realize, like, you gotta
Yes. Oh
like
my
look.
gosh. Oh no. Can we just, you guys in the chat, can you let that digest for a
Yeah.
minute? I'm telling you guys, I know I am a fan. I am a fan of Official X. Do you hear me? But this album, I recommend everybody to check out this album. Be Especially with, depending on the place in your life or where you are. I feel like the album is for anybody. But anybody that is really on this journey to be better, like you said, you talk about God, like the spiritual, spiritual religious side of how you keep God at the forefront of everything you do. You know, um, it speaks to anybody on a journey, because you had me on the song. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the gifts. TikTok is cutting up over here today. Thank y'all so much. You know how when you said the song like all right, like it's okay and it's gonna be all right. That is something that we have to, tell ourselves when we're facing difficult times and stuff like that. And just with me being in the space that I've been in over the last past maybe like year or so, and just now getting out of that, coming into 2025, and just like for me last year, I feel like I don't even feel. Ugh. God isolated me last year. Like I was in isolation. And I couldn't understand and I didn't know what was going on, but I was in isolation and I knew that it was for a reason. Like he had me being isolated for a reason, and now it's starting to gradually show in 2025 as to, hey, this is why I had you covered. So when I heard this album, which was just, released last Friday, you guys, make sure you go get spoken word. Oh, thank you for the gifts, thank you so much. When I heard the album, I said, oh my goodness, this album spoke to my spirit. It lit me up. I have different playlists on my phone, and this is actually on my motivational playlist. Do you know
I'm
how deep
glad.
that is, you guys?
Thank you.
I don't know if you guys let me know. You guys have a motivational playlist. And I know that you've been making music and you're still doing it. So I just wanted to let you know that, because why you said your reason for you creating the music and how you wanted people to feel when they heard your music. I just wanted to tell you, because sometimes people like to praise you after you're gone, or they don't want to give you your applause while you're here. And I just wanted to say that I didn't know that, that's what you pray to before you do your stuff, right? That is to be the light, allow God to use you to touch somebody. And he attached me. So I was like, oh my goodness. I listened to it getting ready in the morning to like start my day. And even though it just came out, that's how many times I've listened to it. It
Wow,
sets it
thank you.
sets you in it puts me in a different place. And I'm super excited because your this album showed right up on time. And it also helped me to get a better understanding of why I experienced some of the things I experienced and what God was doing in me. And it was also like, girl, you can't not feel defeated with anything. When you said we made it, it made me look at like it's a bigger picture. There's a bigger picture from anything that you're doing, and you can't worry about who like you, who don't like you, who supports you, who don't, what's doing it, because God got you. And when God has you, regardless, it's like who can be against you? So I truly, truly, truly appreciate you creating this album. And I know it wasn't for me specifically, but this makes me feel like it was for me. When you get into Blunt, I actually saw you perform Blunt, right? Um, and it's funny because I like that song. I love that song. Watching people react, that was a different song for you, I feel. For me, just
Different
being a
song.
fan of yours, that was different. What made you come up with that one?
You know, funny thing, like I really went in the studio and I was just blunt about my feelings. It's actually almost been a year since I recorded that song. Around
Okay.
this time last year, I don't know what was in the atmosphere, but I just felt like I was just being tested, and that's where X the Menace came from, and that's
Mm.
where, yeah, that's where X the Menace came from. Like I felt like my menace was activated. So afterwards, I'm like, oh, you know what? We're gonna play a game. Let me be blunt. So I went in the studio. And I talked about what was going on with my producer, with because I work with three producers, Mello, Mike, and Chris. And like they all had their own vibes and their own like they all are very talented young men and like they all do their own thing. And like me and Mello, we would talk about something and it just got me just like charged up. And I'm like, I'm gonna put this out on a song. It's just like
Yes.
it's my time to say what I want to say. Like now they got my
Yeah.
minutes activated, and now you got my minutes activated. Now we're gonna be blunt. Like now we really gonna talk about what needs to be talked about and say how X is really feeling. So
How do you do that? Because for me, like you say, it's therapy, right? And I noticed,
yeah,
and I've noticed for me, so because it sounds like you was triggered.
I was triggered. I was triggered. Oh boy, was I triggered.
And I know for me, if I'm triggered, woo, I can come up with like some of the best stuff, with the best stuff.
I'm saying.
What do you think that is about?
I think it's because you are in your like you at your most vulnerable state. You're not looking for that emotion. When you sit down, you want to write a song, okay, I want to write a love song, but you may not even be in love.
Mm-hmm.
So you are trying to pull from how you think you would feel if you were in love in this moment. You feel what I'm
Yes.
saying? Now, blunt, I was a little irritated, I was a little agitated. So as I was already in that moment, as things were happening, as they were happening, as things had unfolded, how they unfolded,
Yeah.
all I had to do was just pull from that emotion in the moment. Like I think because music is such a vulnerable and spiritual thing, like people don't believe, but because music is just such like a vulnerable thing, and because you have to like really put your heart into it, I think that it's so easy to just like write like some like your good and like best stuff when you feeling that
Yeah.
way. Like I don't know what it is. Like when I wrote Stomp, sad thing is that I was grieving. I was depressed when I wrote Stomp. I
And
was depressed, and you would
I
not even
love
think it.
And I love Stomp.
I was depressed, and look at that. That song was, and this goes to say,
You
and
know,
like this goes
Stomp,
back to
Stomp.
me.
Yeah, we
Stop.
can
Yeah,
stomp.
we could stop if you really.
Really,
That goes
guarantee you
back to
that's
me.
up.
That is up, and that goes back to me saying that like I don't rap about or talk about things that I ain't never did. And X minutes, I say X minutes. What I start, I finish. Still standing on business. I'm top 10 and ain't listen, still pinning. Funny thing about Stomp is I wrote that song when I was depressed. It was number 6, which was the top 10 on WRFU 103 in Chicago.
Oh wow!
It
Let's
was,
let's give some hearts and thumbs up to that. Shout outs to that coming in top number 6. Okay.
and it has over 2,000 radio streams.
Mm.
Um, it was number one for my it was number one on the Grammy U playlist. Now that's a big deal. To be first on any playlist, like you're the first thing that people see on that playlist. So so the success, and I feel funny about using that word, but like the success from that song came from a song that I wrote when I was depressed. Like I was like, "Do you want to stop?" And like I wasn't even mad. I was depressed. And like it just came to me. Like okay, like
Yeah. And how did you end up on the Grammy U playlist? Because you did it twice. You ended up on there twice.
so I'm a Grammy U member. I'm a recording academy. I got a whole recording academy thing going on, and I just submitted the song. And one day, it was one afternoon. The first time it happened, I was in class.
Mm-hmm.
Or I think yeah, yeah, I was no, I had just left class, so I was heading to class. The second time I was on the phone with a friend, and they send you an email when it gets on there. I was like, "Oh, stop." Then I went to go click on the playlist, number 1 on there. I was like, "Wow." And then as far as the radio, a woman by the name of Miss Jackson, she pushed for that on that radio station in Chicago. So big shout out to her.
Oh, shout outs to Miss Jackson. Oh, so you popping in Chicago.
I'm gonna say all of that. But I
Ah, no,
mean,
come on. Sometimes you gotta talk that talk,
I wouldn't say I'm popping in Chicago, but WRFU, they rocking with me over there. Let's just say
Yeah,
that.
they playing with you, okay? I think that that is really good because I will say with me because I like to make music as well, and one of my friends always be like, "When are you going to finish?" Because I'm working on a project too,
I
so they're
can't
like, "When are
wait.
you going to?" Huh?
I said I can't wait.
Listen, keep waiting, child. And they always like, when are you going to finish? When are you going to finish? But it goes to what you said. I have to be in a certain place to do it in order for things to come out. But I even, fun fact, you guys who don't know, I'm letting you guys in a little secret. Sometimes when I'm having like a blockage, I will reach out to him, right, to the official X, and just be like, he always helps me get my creative juice going. Him and another one of my other friends, Duck Myers, Duck Rageaholics. Shout out to the brand. I always reach out to them because you guys get me in that zone. You get me in that zone, and I'll be a little hesitant to talk my talk. Because unlike you don't curse in your music, right? When I did my song, I didn't curse in it either. But however, sometimes when I'm ready to go off and I'm triggered, I end up cursing. And I don't really want to put out, music with a whole lot of cursing in it either. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I just wanted to tell you thank you for even being there with me throughout my process and just being there. But it's difficult for me to talk like how you were saying. Listen, how I'm underground and I'm selling out my shows. I'm standing 10 toes. Last week I was in Bahamas with my feet up. I'm sitting first class. I go overseas when I get bored. I have not come to that moment. I don't know what it is, but I have not come to that
You
moment yet.
just got just like
I don't
you just
know.
got
I
flex.
mean, maybe it is.
Like you can't be nervous about that. Like you just gotta just like let loose. I feel like if it's a time to be cocky, if it's a time to be if it's a time to like really like talk your talk, talk your stuff, I
Like
feel like it's
brag
in the
on you a little
studio.
bit.
It's in the studio.
Okay.
Nobody's gonna frown upon you and look at you differently. Oh, she talk about she just made two, two bands and her song. Nobody's gonna say that. Nobody's gonna
Hmm.
talk about that. That is your time. Like that's your moment to like let loose and let free. Now, if you just on the internet just talking, just basically, yeah, y'all, I make two bands a night, whoopty woo. All right, people may look at you funny, but I mean, it's normal. Like, if there's any time
Yeah.
to really get in your bag, if it's really any time to get in your bag, it's when you creating.
Is when you're creating. Absolutely, absolutely. You do have a love song. So I like this album because you have a little bit of everything on this album. It takes you through
Yeah,
a whole mood on this album. Um, slow down.
yeah.
Slow down is like a is that like a break is that like a breakup song?
It's a breakup song.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, I felt like I'm like, damn, like I can relate to that.
See, it's a it's a breakup song. It's about just letting that. Sometimes
It's
we
about
love
letting somebody
things.
go and if it's
Yeah, like
and yeah.
sometimes. I'm sorry. Sometimes we love people that we shouldn't. Sometimes we love people more than they love us and more than they love themselves. Like in this song, I say,
And
I
more
will
than
pour
we
into
love
your cup.
ourselves, yes.
Exactly. I say, I will pour into your cup when mine was half empty. I gave you my all, everything that was in me, everything that we had. Your friends, they low key envy. Had your heart on fire and that was colder than
Call it into
Talenti.
lengthy.
See what I
Ah,
mean? So,
I love this album, you guys. I love
thank
this
you.
album.
So
Love this album.
it's just like sometimes, love is not supposed to hurt.
Yeah,
But for some people, love hurts. And that's
yeah,
why I say, like, you know, before you hurt me more than you hurt me, I'm gonna let you go. And before I pour anything else into you,
yeah,
I'm gonna let you go. And then at the end of the song, I say, you can still hit my line if you ever in need. I hope whoever you with can keep up to your speed. I never thought it was seeds, but shit was all make believe. You gotta focus on you. So I'm gonna focus on me. Clearly, you got a lot of work to do with you.
yeah,
And I'm not clearly, I don't think that we are compatible for each other right now in life. So I gotta let you go your separate way, and I'm gonna go mine. I'm gonna focus on me, do what's
yeah,
best for me, and do what's making me happy and what's making my heart sing. And go do you. Figure out,
yeah,
figure out you and what's happening with you. So it's like I'm breaking up. I'm letting you go. Like I don't hate you. What we had is not going nowhere. Like it's gonna live forever. Like once it's done, it's done. But it's just if you love it, let it go.
it,
Pretty much.
yeah. It's those memories, and I really like that. I really like that song.
Thank you.
This is spoke. This is this. It is a spoken word. I know when most people hear spoken words is like poems and stuff, but even though music is poetry and things like that, and shout out to TikTok. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Masters mental health coach is doing the thing over there on TikTok. So shout outs to her on TikTok. You guys go follow her over there on TikTok, okay? I appreciate all the support over there. You know, spoken word, and I know we probably covered it in the first half, but we had to start over. How did you come up with that title?
It was just the first thing that came to me. I
Okay.
just felt like it was just so poetic, and it was my heart speak. As I said, and we made it time to let my heart speak. I'm gonna let my art speak. And it's just, it was just, I don't know. It just came to me. I felt like it's what was appropriate at the
Yes.
time, and I did want to change the name, but I'm like, no,
No,
it is what it
I
is.
think the
It is what's
name is
gonna
I
be.
think the name is perfect. As far as
Thank
names
you.
go, are you thinking gonna about changing your name, or are you gonna always be the official X? Because you know how we had Little Bow Wow, then he just went to
Yeah.
Bow
Bow
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Diddy then had 55 different identities, all of that. Are you going to change your name?
Um. That's a good question. I feel like I was asked that before by a few people. TBD.
To be determined.
Um,
Okay,
to be
awesome.
determined.
Because as
To
you
be determined. Cause it's just so much history. Like it's just so much with that name. Like how the official and the X is just all one word. Like it's just so like it just holds just such a place, a special place in my heart. But like if I did change it, it would just be my government name, my
Yeah, we on. Yeah,
my
we
first
trying to.
name,
Yeah, you
my
trying to
first
get it
name. That's
out.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
and
mean, but right now,
that's good. I mean, even through you may change it, you may not.
yeah,
People always intimate themselves. That's just like me. I understand what you mean because miss vibrations. I used to fuss all the
yeah,
time because people will always put a period. They're like, so to the average person, if you guys don't know, it may look like I spell it wrong or I'm not using it, properly. But I kept the P out I kept the dot out on purpose. Like
yeah.
because that's my thing. Like who likes to be perfect? Who says that it has to be that? No misvibrations. I didn't want to do a Z or anything like that. So I definitely gotta understand your name meaning something to you and it's hard for you to let it go. Definitely
Well,
understand that. So what can we be expecting from you in the future? Is there any music videos coming through with this project? You guys
we
go over, make sure
do.
you go over. I usually sometimes have little issues finding it right, but I'm going to go and put your I'm going to put your YouTube channel in the comments, you guys,
Thank
so we
you.
can get you guys over there and you can subscribe to the Official X YouTube channel. You are now on TikTok, right?
Yes, finally, I got kicked off. Well, I didn't say kicked off. Account got deleted, hacked. I, s- I said I wasn't coming back to TikTok, but I was highly encouraged to come back to TikTok, so I am on TikTok.
Okay, so you're back on TikTok. I'm gonna put it in the comments for you guys to
Thank
make
you.
sure you guys go over there and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I just put it there. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Official X YouTube channel to help this channel to continue to grow. Um, I just pinned that there in the comments up here on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, so that you guys can stay connected and know what's going on with him. I'm super excited. So you have a music
Yes.
video coming?
Yes, we have a music video.
Okay.
Maybe a few more, I don't know. But right now, you know, I said one stomp hit 1,000 views and we almost there. I think it gotta be at like 980 right now or more
Let
than
me see.
that.
I
We
can tell you
going
exactly. I'm gonna tell you exactly what.
we gonna drop
Listen,
this.
we gotta let people know when we have goals and stuff set.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
said one stomp hits 1,000 views. What?
We gonna drop the next music video.
Oh,
And I'm not gonna say which song it is. Well,
yeah.
yeah, I ain't gonna say which song it is, but an industry professional,
Mhm.
Deborah Antony suggested that I do a video to this song,
Oh
and
yeah, I was going to get into that. You guys, he currently has 975 views. So I'm going to also put the link to that video in the chat so that
run it
we can
up.
get him to his goal so that he can drop another music video.
Yep.
Yeah, so you've met several celebrities in your genre, even managers. You met Deb Anthony. You met Baltimore Bear Hunter Izzy. You also met Kai Cenat. Look at me,
Hmm.
just listen to all this rundown, okay? When God puts you in positions to be
Yeah.
around, you know, and place you in situations where you know that your dream and what you want to do, you aren't too far from it. I love that. So you met Castanat, you've met Lotto, you've met Usher, you've met who else did you meet? I feel like I'm missing some. I feel like I feel like I'm missing some. Who am I missing?
I'm trying to think.
I think I'm missing maybe like one or two more or so. Because you also, when you were younger, you also met some of the cast from the show Rap Game.
Yeah, I did. I did. I
Yeah.
did. I
But as
did.
far as just that in that whole like celeb world, you have met some A-listers.
Yes.
and things like that. So how did that feel actually being able to meet them, have conversations with them, get pictures with them, and all of that?
So meeting Deb Annie, that was I I think for any rapper that really knows the industry, that's why I feel like this line for those of you who don't know.
Yes.
Meeting her, it really like it was a full circle moment. I'm like, wow, like look at who I'm talking to. And not only that, you know how some people be like, I don't got time, I don't feel like hearing what you got to say. But I remember when I played this song, I'm not gonna say what song it is because I don't want to give away the music video. But when I played that particular song for her, which is on the album, she was stealing it, like, 'cause she can be very honest. Like, if you keep up with Miss
Yeah.
Dev and you know who she is, she's very honest. Like, she's not gonna front to you. She's not gonna lie to your face. She said, "I like that. You need to do a visual behind that." So almost and this was May 2nd of last year. So almost a whole year has went by. We were supposed to record 2 songs. No, we were supposed to do 2 music videos this year for the album. To like put out right after, and then we was gonna film after. But we supposed to record 2 music videos last month. Things happened, scheduling, so we just ended up doing 1. So in the middle of me filming like the first scene, I'm rapping, and it hit me. I'm like, yo, Miss Deb told me to do a music video to this song. And it just so happened that this is a song that I put on the album. And it just so happened that things worked out, that this was the song that I did a video to. And it was just a really great moment. Like she really gave some good advice. She really dropped some good gems in like the short time that we had together. But I'm really grateful for moments like that. Like any way that I can show who I am or share my work with people.
Yeah. Yes, that was dope. I thought that I saw a clip of that when that happened, and I was like, "Oh my goodness." To get advice, and speak to somebody that is in that industry. And I think even in that video, I think she even told you to do a CD.
Y- Yeah, 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 yeah. She said do a the CD, do a mixtape, all that stuff. Like
Yeah.
she was really like and it's in moments like that, when you get to show your music to someone that's, like, already established or, like, somebody in the industry, it's like a really, like, "Alright, this is a once in a lifetime." Like, you gotta pick one song, so I'm just thinking, like, "Imma do this one." So that's the one I did, and I can't wait for y'all to see the video. The video is fire.
Yes, so we gotta hurry up and get this other video to 1,000 views so that
Get
we
it
are
up
able to
there.
watch and
And then
get
we
the
also
new
have a
video.
we
Good.
also have a documentary coming. It's 3 parts. It's called The
Ooh.
Making of Spoken Word, and then we might even have a deluxe coming in June.
Okay, so we getting all the intel. So you may have a
Yes.
deluxe coming. You're working on a 3-part documentary. That is
Mhm.
that is dope. Are you able to share a little bit about that before we get up out of here?
Yes, so it's 3 parts. The first part is already done and completed. Second part is in the works. Third part is actually currently being filmed now, and it's just about because for the last 2 years, I never used to record my studio sessions, but for the last 2 years, we have been recording them and things like that, and rehearsals and stuff like that, and I'm like, yo, I've literally recorded my entire journey of us making this album. I'm like, I want to really explain to people because of the kind of album that it is, and because it tells a story. I really want to explain to people the origin behind these things. So I can't wait for y'all to share it. And then y'all get a look, and like y'all will really get to understand the lyrics. Like I'm underground selling out my shows, I'm taking trips overseas when I get bored. Like y'all will really understand and what I say. So part 1 and part 2 really introduce you to the side, to the making of the album. Then part 3, it is, more so after the album drops. So like everything that's happening now. I can't wait for y'all to see it.
Hey.
It's like 20 minutes per like 20-25 minutes per part. So I think y'all gonna really love it.
Where is it going to be coming at? Is it going to be dropping? Are you dropping it on YouTube?
Yeah, so it will be on YouTube. It definitely will
Okay.
be on YouTube. So if y'all want to see that, make sure y'all subscribe.
Make sure y'all
I
hit that link and subscribe to, the Officials X YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go get the new album, Spoken Word. Um, oh my goodness, you gave so much good advice and things like that. I'm so upset that we had to break the show up into two parts.
No.
Because I am a very, very picky. So I'm like, should I freaking delete the first part because my sound was a mess, or I'm just trying to make sure that I go over the things that I wanted to go over. Do you have any advice for anyone out there, chasing their dreams that may, be dealing with self-doubt, having the lack there of support? What do you want to say, being as though that you have overcame your obstacles, graduated from Baltimore School of the Arts, like you said, with Jada Pickett and Tupac, and now living your dream?
I do have advice for anyone that is facing self-doubt or wants to follow a dream. My advice is just do it.
Hmm.
Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait on anybody else. Don't wait for anybody's approval. And don't wait for anybody to do anything to do it. Just do it. Tomorrow's not promised. The next minute's not promised. And don't be one of those old people many years from now that say, you know, I used to want to start a business. I used to want to run a daycare. I used to want to rep. Do it. Do it so that when you get to that age in life, you able to say, I started that daycare. I started that business. I released that album. I did what I want to do. It. Don't let what other people's doubts about themselves and and their disbeliefs affect you and stop you from living your life. And it brings me to, the Bible when it says, am I living for man or you know, are you living for man or are you living for God? Like in the end, who are you living for? The people's
I know
opinions
that's
that you
right. Am I
care
living for
about,
man or am I living for God? Who are
the
you?
people that I'm probably like misquoting it, but like those that know. Um,
I misquote
the
stuff
people
all the
that you
time.
are the people who you are trying to impress, and the people who are doubting you, they're trying to impress somebody. So you're trying to impress somebody, and you're trying to prove yourself to somebody that's proving themselves to someone else who isn't who's proving themselves to someone else. Like it's just like a pattern, and these people may not be the best up here.
Yeah,
And whatever it is that you want to do, it starts here. And I say that on track 11. What you believe you can achieve, just know that your reality can come from a dream. You gonna make it. That is my advice, is to just do it. Get everybody else. Don't wait for all these other people. And then another thing is just like, don't tell everybody about the seeds that you planted. Move in private. Move in silence. And when you move in silence, don't tell people that you move in silence because that's not moving in silence. Just do it. If you saying that you know that you want to put out 4 albums in the next 3 months, do that.
yeah.
Get, get the necessary
Because
things
you
together, do
also
it.
have a bar. You also have some bars on the album that says, I ain't seeking advice from a bunch of y'all that's invalidated."
Oh, I ain't never seeking validation by a bunch of y'all that's saying validated. Like
Yeah,
you are trying like you seeking validation from people that's seeking validation from other people.
yeah,
So at that point, who am I living for? And I remember a reverend told me like before I came to college, and I didn't get it then, but I got it now. She said, Xavier, if you continue or if you live your life for other people, you will live a very miserable life or you will be miserable.
yeah,
And I didn't get it then, but little did I know, she was speaking to the me in college. And I'm glad that I heard that
yeah,
like a month before I was like getting ready to leave. I didn't get it then, but I get it now.
yeah,
Everybody cares about what people thinks,
yeah,
but it sounds cliche. You just can't.
yeah,
You can't let
yeah.
what other people think about you, you know?
I
So
always say other people's opinion of me is none of my business.
exactly.
It's
Everybody's
none of
gonna
my
think
business.
something.
Everybody's gonna
Everybody
have their
has an
say.
opinion. Everybody has an we got opinions.
Yes,
Us that care about other people's opinions, we got opinions. We can't care about that because
yeah,
what value does that add or take away from your life? Okay,
hmm,
they said that they don't like your music, or okay, they said they don't like the color of your business logo. Okay, I like it, and if somebody else out there like me, that's gonna like it. You're not doing this
yeah.
for other people. And my last thing, and I know
No,
it's probably
you
lengthy,
no, you're doing good because I
but I
wanted to
say in the
get
first
cut it
track,
earlier.
I say I ain't doing this for you. I'm doing this for me, for the one who in the mirror with a vision nobody see.
Y'all, this album, y'all. I listen, it's because the words are so powerful in the album. You know what I mean? It's definitely, I love it. I just love it. So is it when it comes to making music, is it important to make music for other people or make music for yourself?
It's important to make music for you. And I still have my notes from my freshman year when I first started taking music business classes. As I remember, my music theory professor was like, "You're not making music for other people. You're making it for you." Because if I start writing for everybody else, nothing that I'm writing is authentic. It's not how I feel. I'm writing
Hmm.
on based how I think they would feel. I'm writing on based how I think they would like it.
Yeah,
So in my very like anything before Love and Affection, which is gone now, that people heard, I may or may not have written that based on okay, oh, people gonna like this or oh, hey, this gonna like this gonna not. No, you gotta write it from here. And
yeah.
I remember he said, you gotta write from here and then use this to guide what's coming from here. Or how you want to say what's coming from here. So I feel like it's really important to write for you. When you hear breakup
Yeah,
songs, like classic breakup songs, they writing it for them. That's how they felt in that moment. Like Love by
yeah.
Keisha Cole or When I See You. That's how they
Baby, when
felt.
I see you, yeah, that's
That's
true.
how she felt. And look at now the whole world, people around the world feel that way or have felt that way. So
And what about the Kendrick? They not like us. They not like us.
people have felt like that. I literally heard somebody today, like, yep, it was today. We were having a conversation and they said something. I was like, wow, like people feel that way. So
Hmm. Well, I think that's dope. I want you to continue
thank you.
to grow and kick butt.
Thank you.
Keep making the music. Now, you do, like I said earlier, you rap in Spanish, right? Are we? Is there a time? Because I feel like I feel like the stuff like that you can pick up on to different audiences. You can get your bag from the Spanish community, and you can get your bag from over here with the English speaking American community. Are
Yeah.
you will you ever do a Spanish album? Like a full Spanish album, or will you do more songs where you are speaking English and Spanish?
I haven't really thought that far yet.
Okay.
As if I want to do like a full Spanish album, I do know that with the release maybe on the deluxe. I said maybe the deluxe coming, y'all. It's coming. I just want to just create suspense, but maybe on the deluxe it might be a Spanish song or not. But this the Spanish speaking it will come back eventually, but I only wanna do it when it calls for it, like, I don't want it to be every song, like, I
Yeah.
want it to be when it calls for it, so, like, if it's, like, most wanna didn't call for it, X the menacing like, I feel like none of the songs on here really call for it, but
When it
future
calls for you,
songs
you'll know it. So
yeah,
what made you want to rap, decide to rap in Spanish?
it was a pandemic, I was working on a project at the time, it's no longer out anymore, and it was the intro check, the song "Nice Guy" that I was working on, it's out, it's still out, the music video was out. Uh, I don't know, I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna try something different." Like, the beat, it had, like, that kind of like, the kinda strings that you would hear in a Latin song. So I was like,
Okay.
"Hmm,
Oh, thank
alright, I
you.
did English in the first verse, let me try Spanish in the second verse." So I was like, "Dice na que es muy agradable, pero
So
eso
what did
no
you say?
es verdad."
Because I told you before we got here, I want to speak some
Oh
Spanish.
my goodness. Okay. I said, dicen aquí se es muy agradable, pero es una historia diferente cuando no me haces bien. And I'll never want to say it again. Cepillete en la hierba, todo lo que hago es reír porque puedo verlos desde una milla de distancia cuando estoy hecho. Es un buen día, no el amor pedido. Y eso ya seguir rezando por mi caída hacia abajo, tipo que cambiar como me estoy moviendo. Then I say, I just want to know who real and who not. That's why Mr. Nice Guy gotta keep a close eye.
I just only thing I understood you say was very good.
You're so much.
Right, muy bien, right? That's
Gracias.
I'm
Muchas
going.
gracias. Muchas gracias. Muchas
Yeah,
gracias.
see. So that's what I'm saying. I don't even know nothing you just said, but I know when I hear it and it's on the beat, it's like, oh, it's like, oh, okay, you talking that talk, speak that Guadalajara. You know how I've been.
Thank
It's
you.
really dope.
Thank you.
I want you just to continue to grow. You guys go cop that album, spoken word. Go listen to it. Put it on your playlist. Your kids can listen to it. He does not curse. It's an uplifting album. It's spiritually led, God led. It's a great body of work, and I appreciate it, and I love it, and I'm excited to see, where you hit it, and I want you to
Thank
continue
you.
to keep moving and rising to the top no matter
Thank you.
what. Trust God throughout the process. You definitely do pray all the time. You do all that. You're one of my little prayer warriors. I be like, I need you to pray for me. You'd be like, okay, let's do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I
Yeah.
love that. I too, I just I just want to see you win, dude. I can't wait.
Thank
Matter of
you.
fact, hold on. You are winning. You've been on, like I said, Grammy.
Thank you.
You've opened up shows. You had the whole full 30-minute performances to open up for other artists. You also opened up for Shaggy.
I did open up
I
for
knew I
Shaggy
was
this past
missing
September.
somebody.
Oh yeah, I opened up for him, but we didn't meet. But I did open up for him though.
Yeah,
I
I
did
knew I
open
was
up for
missing
Shaggy.
something. You opened up for Shaggy, and you just keep on, going after your dreams and, not giving up. I'm glad you guys. Did you guys enjoy the show tonight? You got to know the official acts. 22 years old, Baltimore, Maryland, currently residing
You could
in
keep.
New
You could say
York.
21, 21, 21, 21.
Oh,
Fine.
okay. He said 21 in New
Take it, y'all.
York, living his dream, finishing his last year of college. He will be graduating come this May, and we will see where life takes him. We'll have to follow up with him in about a year or so to see where he is and what's new, what's going on. The TikTok side said that's so awesome, prayer warrior. Yes, he definitely is. He'll put Jesus on the main line in a minute.
Hmm.
um, and I wish you nothing but the best. Continue to make the music. You know what I mean? I would love to see you get back into your acting bag, your modeling. You have some great photos in your portfolio. Your modeling, your modeling bag. And I know last month we out, yes. And I know maybe if you are able to, every year my church has a cookout. And if it's in your schedule, maybe this year, June
What?
7th, you could come and perform your gospel song
I love
at,
to.
at the community cookout if you're able
Of
to
course.
make
Anything
it.
for Jesus. Anything for Jesus. Okay.
I know that's right. Can we get some? Like he said, anything for Jesus. Can we get some hearts for
Listen,
that? Tap the
the
screen, you
kingdom
guys.
call. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna
Yes, he said anything for Jesus. That
be
just touched.
there.
That just touched my soul. Okay, So and then maybe you'll be able to also perform a few other songs if see fit. But definitely anything
Maybe.
heavy on anything for Jesus. Look at them. They going off in the comments talking about yes, Lord. I love that. And stay grounded in your faith.
Thank you.
So TikTok said, I have got to attend your cookout. Yes, you do. This is the third year annual cookout. You do not want to miss it. Each year it gets bigger and bigger. It's from 10 to 2. Starts on time. I know you're probably like, oh, some folks may feel like it's too early. No, when I tell you that it jumps from 10 to 2, we have people come, they do the Zumba performances, networking, meeting people. This year we're going to have an employment truck, a gaming truck, give out groceries, free food, everything is free, haircuts, braiders. You could bring the kids. It's just a grand old time of fellowshipping. I'm not sure if back to school supplies will be provided. I know last year it was. We did that, but it's every day something else gets added. Okay, it's from 10 to 3. from 10 to 3. It be jumping off, and it's just be a great time at the church fellowshipping. And this year will be more baptisms. Pastor Angelic Williams performs baptisms in the middle of the street. And for those who need to get your teeth checked, dental screening, there will be free dental screening. The dental screening dentist bus will be there doing free dental screenings. Okay, you'll be able to get that, get your teeth cleaned and checked out. Okay, just confirm. Look, this is why it's good. I love that when the people who be in and be knowing what's going on be watching the show because they can help me out. So there will be no school supplies this time, but we got everything else. So each time it's an upgrade. So if you're looking for a job, there will be the employment truck there, and just different things. It's just so dope over there in the San Chan, Winchester area, 1100 North Gilmore Street. Pastor Angelic Williams is doing a phenomenal job over there with the leadership. If you guys are even looking to come visit, shout out to a lot of the members of Candy Coated Secrets who have came to church. Because I ain't gonna lie, 2023 and 2024, y'all showed out in the pews. I was even bringing people to church and things like that. Y'all were coming to the different things. We just celebrated the first birthday of 2 Fish and 5 Loaves, which was dope. Pastor Angelic Williams just also did an interview on Heaven 600 Radio, which is posted online at St. Luke United Methodist Church, and then Be More St. Luke on Instagram. If you guys want to check that out, she did a phenomenal job. She said they ran it up. Yes, they did. We would be in there deep. Candy Coated used to be in the pews deep, Listen, and yes, Miss Joanne in the house, be a blessing. Shout out to Miss Joanne. I love Miss Joanne. She don't be yelling at me when I be taking pictures, because they be with me when I be doing my content thing, and they be like, "Girl, we be hungry." Okay, so shout outs to them. But it's just a phenomenal thing. She's a great leader, and I love it. She speaks the word down to earth for you to understand it, and it's no non-judgmental. So I recommend you guys come to the cookout. You'll have a great time. Just feeling the love in the air. June 7th from 10 to 3 p.m. It starts on time and it ends on time. And she has definitely made me enjoy going to church and made church fun again. So that was super dope. Look, every day in the comments, church said, I'm so excited, can't wait.
I'll be there
Listen,
June
the whole
7th.
church, everybody is just waiting for this cookout today. So every Wednesday, sorry, Theofficialx, I'm giving you an update too. Every Wednesday, there's a pop-up shop with groceries at the church, out front of the church. And today, that pop-up shop occurred as well, where you can give out free, where you receive groceries in the community and things like that. Look at her. She's like a download Theofficialx on all platforms.
Thank you, Pastor William.
Groceries, and then every fourth Saturday of the month is the 2 Fish and 5 Loaves, where we give out groceries. You also eat a meal, to do fellowship, and you get enough laundry detergent for 5 loads of clothes, to wash 5 loads of clothes. So that's super exciting. I'm actually trying to get the pastor to be a guest on the show again in this season, just to talk about all the things that she's done and the things that she gets done with the church community and just the dedication. She also just was interviewed today for Channel 2 News WMAR. So that'll be dropping soon as well. So y'all, shout outs to the Lord out here using these vessels, us as vessels. So go ahead and put on for him, because what I said last week, the devil is always busy, but we stay winning, okay?
Amen.
And I'm just super excited to share this journey as well. Once Lent comes to an end, I want to share just a different experience and some of the obstacles and things that I faced during this Lenten season, to where as though, thank God, It wasn't nobody but
Thank
God.
God.
You know,
Amen.
when you pray, He answers. Because I ask God, I've been praying to ask God to show me the areas that I have grown in, to show me where I've grown. And my God, He sure enough had to show me that not too long ago. Okay, but you know, you guys, make sure you guys can come out to the community cookout. You'll have a great time. Even if you want to just visit us on a Sunday, service starts at 11:30. She doesn't preach long, so she say. She doesn't preach. She doesn't preach long. We get you in and out. She said it don't take 5 hours to deliver a message. Okay. And the way we be set up at the church, we be hungry. So times out of 10, she gets through it because her stomach is growling, and we be like, bless them. But you guys, make sure you come and you check us out. Do you have any last words, Theofficialx? You know, before we get out of here?
God bless you. May God bless you. Be great. Like I said, follow them dreams, y'all. And don't
Yes.
live for other people. Do your thing.
Yes, don't live for other people. Do your thing. Thank you guys for joining us tonight and being with us through our technical difficulties. You never know. Maybe we can do a quick show on TikTok or something one day so TikTok can see you here. But if you guys want TikTok, you would like to see tonight's guest. Look, Theofficialx is the truth. Master of mental health said on TikTok. Okay, yes, he is a
Thank you.
young man
Thank you.
just doing the thing. You guys can check the show out. If you guys want to see him once from TikTok, go over to my YouTube channel, subscribe. Get me to my subscribers. We currently have 848. I'm trying to get to 1,000. I'm trying to be like the Theofficialx. I need to get to 1,000. And after talking to you,
Y'all, we gonna get her to 1,000.
Yes, we are. After you talking to you and listening to you and see what's going on with you, I want to. You just basically told me I need to step my game up, you know. So I'm loving it with just the motivation that you giving me, and I thank you guys for joining us tonight, and you know, just watching the show and just coming here with me. During this 7 year, the last couple of years were rough for me, but we did good. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Over here, mental health is tearing up the gift gallery over here on TikTok. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. Thank you. You guys, I don't know what's going on, but we are going to end the show tonight. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks, Theofficialx, for being the
Thank you
guest
for having me.
of the hour.
Thank you for having me.
Good night, you guys.
Manifest my dreams, they